Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Shreeja Krishnakumar. I'm a psychiatrist who has been practicing for the last 23 years. I'm also the mother of 2 grown daughters. I'm extremely happy to talk to you all today on this World Teens Mental Health Awareness Day. I'm not a child and adolescent psychiatrist, and I'm doing this short talk based on my experience dealing with children and teenagers at various stages in my practice, and also based on my experience raising my 2 daughters. So, what is World Teens Mental Health Awareness Day? So, this day, the purpose of this day is to raise the awareness of teens' mental health. Should it be limited to just this day? No. Teenage mental health concerns are rising, and and it is our responsibility, the society's responsibility, to foster and nourish mental well-being in our youngsters. Why is teenage mental health important? So the teenage years, that's the age from 13 to 18, is a very crucial period in one's life. This is the stage during which they transition from childhood to adulthood. Healthy development during this period is very important to transition to healthy adults. So during teenage years, multiple changes can happen. Teenage years can be very challenging. So the teenagers have physical changes, right? First and foremost is the physical changes that happen. There is a growth spurt, changes happen inside their body, changes happen outside their body. Changes happen in your environment. Your friends, same changes happen in your friends. So your friends' attitudes might change, their priorities might change, your friends' circles can change. There may be a lot of drama happening in your friends' circle. You may experience a lot of social and peer pressure during that time. You may see your friends experimenting with things like drugs, alcohol, sex, and things like that. Your parents may not approve of some of the social activities that your friends are engaged in. There can be a lot of inner confusion and struggles that happen in a teenager. They may start questioning their identity. Social media does not help. There can be a lot of drama and negative things that happen through social media. So during all these, while all these things are happening, the teenagers can start suffering academically. They may get bullied. Something that can happen especially in our families, like immigrant families. The families in which parents are immigrants and the kids are born and raised here, they face unique challenges. The immigrant parents grew up with different set of cultural and social values. They may not understand the teens' struggles. A lot of immigrant parents are strict, very focused on academics and goals in life. They provide limited autonomy, and they may not understand the social aspect and other pressures that an adolescent might face, which can lead to conflicts within the family, and that can adversely affect a teen's mental health. Some of the teenagers can develop serious mental health concerns like depression, anxiety, substance use issues, eating disorder, and things like that. Another very concerning factor is risk of suicide, which is also high among teenagers. So each of this topic is very vast, and I don't think we have time to go into all of those things deeper. But there are few things that teenagers can do to protect their own mental health. So first and foremost that they need to do is to stay connected. It's very important for the teenagers to stay connected with family, friends, and peers. It's important to find a trusted family member or a trusted friend where you can share your feelings with. talking about feelings, feelings is something that doesn't start happening in teenage years. Feelings are something that happen from right from birth, right from the beginning. So as a child is growing up, it's important for the families or parents to connect the child to their feelings. When they're crying, ask them why they are crying, what are they feeling, how can they correct that feeling, how can they resolve their feeling, resolve or enjoy their feeling. Feelings can be different, can be various: happy, anger, sad, all those things are feelings, right? So when we are all raising kids, it's very important for the parents to work with their kids to help them identify their feelings and connect with their feelings. So once they become teenagers, it would be easy for them to identify their feelings and treat those feelings appropriately. So coming back to staying connected, it's important to find family members or friends that you can connect with. It's important to find a few good friends that you can spend some time with. It doesn't mean that you can hang out with them constantly, but spending quality time with adults and friends can really go a long ways. Communicate openly and frequently with your parents. So your parents know about your whereabouts, and that can increase their trust in you. When parents feel like you communicate with them and let them know as to what you're doing, then they can feel like they can trust you. When they trust you, then they give you more autonomy, and they may not try to micromanage your life. Join clubs and other activities in school that can really help you develop some healthy connections. Do some volunteering. Helping others can help yourself too. If you see another teenager in your school not doing good, start a conversation with them. They may be having some issues, and that can go long ways too. So communication is very important. The third thing is exercise. Good physical health is very important for good mental health. It doesn't have to be intense exercise. It can be some walking, running, jogging, swimming, dancing, or whatever you like to do. Outdoor activities, exposure to sun, all those things are very important. Try to do that at least few times a week. Get enough sleep. Sleep can be challenging for teenagers, especially they have a lot on their plate. They have so much homework, they have after school activities, then they have to catch up on their schoolwork. The sleep can be a luxury sometimes. Try to get as much sleep as you can. And it's okay to catch up on sleep on weekends, but don't spend your whole weekend sleeping away. But it's okay to catch up on your sleep on weekends. Take a break from your social media. So talking about social media, that's a whole another subject. Social media has good and bad. There are a lot of studies talking about the bad effects of social media. I think in this day and age, it's not possible to completely avoid social media, but you can find your own safe corner in social media with topics or people that you like or are beneficial to you. Try to take a break from your screen time at least for a little bit every day, and do activities during that time that can stimulate your brain, can help the brain with producing some good chemicals, like maybe reading or painting or listening to music or exercising or dancing or whatever. So these are some things that there can be a lot more that the teenagers can do to improve their mental health, but these are some pointers that you can start with. What can parents or families do to help with the teenage mental health? One of the most important things as parents that we can do for our teens is just being there for your teen. Trying to spend at least some time with your child, for that matter, or teenager every day. It can be a meal together, maybe watching a show together, sitting together doing nothing, maybe preparing a meal together, doing a board game together, or just simply hanging out, going for rides, just having some time together. What I have found is just spending time together with your teenager will encourage them to open up. They'll start opening up, and they are going to experiment. They are not going to reveal their whole life or whole life in front of you. It's going to take some time. They are going to test how you're going to respond to them sharing things with you. It's very important to be very non-judgmental. Just listen. Non-judgmental. It's extremely important. You can ask some clarifying non-judgmental questions. Once they feel like this is a safe place where they can share, they will start sharing more and more and more. Most of the time, that's all that's needed. By sharing, they're processing their own struggles. They may not have anybody else to open up to like that. They may not be able to share their struggles with their peer, with their own friends. No, they probably need a trusted adult like a parent to open up. So it's very important for a parent to not close that communication line and stay open. Just listen to them. Sometimes once you're done with the conversation, you may feel uncomfortable and you don't know what to do with the situation or with what you just heard. It's very important not to confront, but you can get your own advice. You can seek some advice or counseling or something from another adult or a teacher or school counselor or something like that, and then come back and do an intervention if needed. But again, listening to your teenager non-judgmentally is extremely, extremely important. Respect your teenager. Let them know that you trust them through your words and action. Validate their identity. Give them enough autonomy. Try not to micromanage their life, but be very aware of what they are doing. Focus on what they are today and not who they are going to become. Start connecting with their friends and families in a positive way. Be involved in their life as much as they would allow you by hosting their friends' parties in a safe way in your house, volunteering at their school, showing up to PT conference. All those things send message to your teenager that you're interested in their lives, but try not to be overbearing. And lead by example. Focus on your own health. Teach them the value of hard work. Eat healthy. You have to try to eat healthy, do healthy habits, exercise, build positive relationships. All those things are sending examples to your teenager. You're being a role model to them. Limit your own screen time. Encourage your teenager to limit their screen time and use that time to do activities together. You as a family can decide what you want to do. Sky is the limit. So, but, with all these things, there may still be some warning signs of a more serious problem in your teen. Teenagers can have, as I mentioned before, they can suffer from more serious illnesses like depression, anxiety, eating disorders, substance use problems, and things like that. If you see some warning signs, you have to seek help. School counselor is a place to start out with. You can also reach out to your physician or the child's physician. Access local mental health resources. Don't delay. If you see some warning signs, you have to get help as soon as possible. Mental illness is treatable. The sooner the better. I want to end by narrating a small story, which is a true story. This happened with one of my best friends. She had a daughter who went to private school until she was in 5th grade, then went on to a public school in middle school. So when she was in 7th grade or something, my friend noticed that there was a change in her behavior. She was isolating more. She was looking sad. She was cranky, irritated. She tried to talk to her, but she was not talking. One day, my friend sat down with the child and asked her, "What's going on? I'm seeing a change in you. What's going on? Are you sad? Is there anything going on in your life? Anything happening in school?" And so suddenly the child started crying and she said, "Mom, I don't know who I am. I'm not Indian enough to be an Indian. I'm not American enough to be an American. I don't know who I am. I don't fit in. I don't feel like I have friends." My friend did not say anything, just hugged her. The child just cried on her shoulder. After a few minutes, my friend told the daughter that it doesn't matter if you are an Indian or an American, you are beautiful inside and out. You are smart. You are a voracious reader. You are kind. You are beautiful. You are a sweet person overall. And then they sat hugging each other for a few more minutes. And after that, they went out and they hung out at Barnes and Nobles, which was one of their favorite places to hang out. So that was the end of that depressive episode for that child. She did really well. After that, she may have had times in her life when she did not feel secure, but she always knew that her mom was there, who was non-judgmental and who she can cry on her shoulder. And so that's the end of this story. Wish you all a very happy World Teens Mental Health Day. Thank you.